Today's lesson is called Plus Talk, Expressing Opinions. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
My name is Roger. Today we're going to continue talking about expressing opinions. When you want to say what you think about something, you want to give your opinion, you want to, put in your 2 cents worth. So in this particular case, we're talking about some new different situations here. But remember last time we talked about a new policy in the office. They were limiting the use of personal phones in the office. And then later on, the members of the team were trying to choose a place for dinner.
Yeah. At the beginning there, our characters, Noah, Emma, Lucas, Grace, they were in a meeting. They were discussing things. They were discussing policy. And yes, that conversation, it kind of carried over. The meeting ended, but they thought, you know what? Let's keep discussing this while we have some dinner. So in those 2 parts of our Plus Talk dialogue there, people express their opinions about a new policy and also about where to eat. Okay, people were asking other people what they thought or what their feelings were on something, and these people would express their opinions. That's what this Plus Talk dialogue is all about. And yes, we've got another day for you guys coming up right now. And get this, Noah, Emma, Lucas, Grace, the whole gang, they're back and they are going to be expressing opinions once again. In fact, when we come back from a short break, we'll be deciding on evening plans.
3. Deciding on evening plans. After dinner, the team decides to stay out for some evening entertainment.
It's still early and tomorrow's Saturday. What do you say we do something fun, like going to karaoke?
Personally, I don't enjoy karaoke, but you guys can go ahead. I'll call it a night.
Or we could go see a movie. There are so many good films out right now.
To be frank, I'd rather go for a walk somewhere. It's such a nice evening. The air's fresh and the sky is so clear that you can even see the stars.
In that case, I say we go to Da'an Forest Park. We can take a walk by the ponds.
That sounds great. The weather is really perfect for an evening stroll.
大家好，第一部分我们看到单字 karaoke 这个字是名词，指卡拉 OK。例如 Yvette likes to sing karaoke with her friends in her free time. Yvette 有空时就喜欢和朋友去唱卡拉 OK。接下来我们看到名词 stroll 指漫步闲逛，像是 The elderly couple took a stroll in the park to celebrate their anniversary. 这对年长的伴侣在公园散步，庆祝他们的周年纪念。另外，这个字也可以当动词，我们可以说 Linda strolled into the party several hours late. Linda 迟到好几小时才慢慢走进派对。
Okay, everybody, let's talk about the first part of our lesson for today. It's a conversation again, and I can tell from this conversation that it is Friday night. And they just got done with dinner, but they want to stay up and have some more activities. So now they are deciding on evening plans. We do discuss this oftentimes in the plural. I hear this a lot of time. People say, do you have any plan for the weekend? Well, the weekend, or the evening for that matter, will involve lots of different activities. So we always use the plural form. Hey, what plans do you have for this evening? What are your evening plans? Or what are your plans for the weekend?
Yeah, what are you up to? What are you going to be doing this evening? Now, after dinner, the team decides to stay out for some evening entertainment. So there you go. I've just set the scene for our dialogue, okay? Our bellies are full with delicious shabu-shabu. What should we do to entertain ourselves now? Anyways, Lucas says, well, it's still early and tomorrow's Saturday. So Party time. Yes, Saturday is a great day. It's that day that starts the weekend off and you don't have to go to work. So yeah, it's Friday night. Saturday's tomorrow. We don't have work. So let's have some evening entertainment. Yeah, Lucas says, what do you say we do something fun like going to a karaoke?
Karaoke, interesting word here, karaoke, as you call it in Chinese. It's actually from the Japanese term karaoke, which is short for, I guess the meaning is empty orchestra. Kara means empty in Japanese. Okay is short for orchestra. So karaoke just means empty orchestra. In other words, just the music, and you have to sing along. And it's interesting here because in English we often pronounce this karaoke, even though the spelling has an A in there, but it's pronounced like an E. Karaoke. Karaoke. Have you ever gone to a karaoke, at least in the United States, Jeff?
Not in the United States. Never once. But here in Taiwan, I have been to KTV one time. But KTV, it really isn't my cup of tea. I'm not a huge fan of karaoke. I'm kind of like Noah in that regard. Yeah, next, Noah says, personally, I don't enjoy karaoke, but you guys can go ahead. I'll call it a night. So everyone else apparently is going to be heading to the KTV. They're going to be singing and having a good time, doing some karaoke, but Noah won't be joining them. Yeah, he is going to call it a night. He's going to hit the sack early.
Call it a night. You could also say call it a day, but we would say that at the end of the workday. Yes, it's 5:30. We finished our work. Let's call it a day and punch out. Let's leave. Let's knock off and go home or go to dinner or something like that. But because they're out at night, they just got done with dinner, and Noah, I guess, is not really up for karaoke, so he says, I'm just going to go home. Let's call it a night, or at least I'll call it a night. You guys can do whatever it is you want.
Yeah, you guys go ahead and sing to your heart's content. Have some fun there at the karaoke. Now, are they going to go to karaoke? That has not yet been decided. That's just the first idea that has come up, the first option, the first opinion that has been expressed. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go ahead and have some fun tonight because tomorrow's Saturday. Oh, I know. Let's go ahead and do some karaoke. That's just the first opinion that has been expressed. But that's not the only thing that they can do. Okay, they can do other things besides just going to karaoke. And yeah, Grace mentions this fact next. Do we have to go to karaoke? Not necessarily, she says, or we could go see a movie. Why? Because there are so many good films out right now. So yeah, a Friday night movie, that sounds pretty good to me.
Indeed, so they'll have to get out their phones and check local listings for showtimes. So yes, maybe it's still time to catch a flick, to go see a movie. And Emma says, to be frank, I'd rather go for a walk somewhere. It's such a nice evening. The air's fresh and the sky is so clear that you can even see the stars. So I guess Emma doesn't want to be inside. She doesn't want to sing karaoke. She doesn't want to go see a movie. She wants to go for an evening stroll. Maybe they are somewhere close to Da'an Forest Park or something in Taipei. So yeah, let's go for a stroll. Let's go for a walk. It's a nice evening and the air is fresh. I guess maybe a thunderstorm just passed through or something, so the air is not polluted. It's nice and fresh, and it's also clear out. It's a clear sky with not a lot of air pollution, and you can even see the stars now. You could see more than just Orion or Sirius or Betelgeuse for that matter.
Yes, it's such a nice evening. Let's go ahead and take a walk instead. So no karaoke, no movie. Apparently they're going to head to Da'an Forest Park and take a walk, which sounds like a pretty good idea. Also, it's totally free to take a walk, so that's also a plus there. If you go to a movie or if you go to karaoke, you're going to have to pay some money, but taking a walk, that's completely free. It won't cost you a dime. Anyways, yeah, Lucas says, in that case, I say we go to Da'an Forest Park. We can take a walk by the ponds, or we can take a stroll there by the ponds.
Indeed. So, yes, Da'an Forest Park in Taipei is quite big, and there is a really big pond there. And there are also lots of walking trails. There's even an artificial hill there. So, indeed, you can have yourself a nice stroll if you go to Da'an Forest Park in lovely, lovely Taipei. Now, Emma says, that sounds great. That sounds like a great suggestion. The weather is really perfect for an evening stroll. Indeed, if it's a really hot evening, you don't want to go for an evening stroll. Or if it's raining really hard, you don't want to go for an evening stroll. Here, the word stroll just means a leisurely walk someplace. You're not really trying to get any place. You're just enjoying the experience of walking.
Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break. But when we come back, we're going to be holding an evaluation meeting.
4. Holding an evaluation meeting. Months after implementing the new cell phone rule, Noah calls another meeting.
It appears the department's productivity has increased since the cell phone policy was put in place. I believe it was a good decision.
I hear what you're saying, but I still don't think it should be regulated. We should be able to answer personal calls during working hours.
Right. I keep worrying that my kid will get hurt or sick in school and the teacher won't be able to reach me.
It's safe to say that the rule could be revised.
Thanks for your comments. I'll consider making some adjustments to it.
第二部分，我们看到一个片语 put something in or into place， 表示实施法律、政策等，使点点点生效。举例来说 ，Many people feel that stricter laws for drunk driving should be put in place。许多人认为应该实施更严格的酒驾法，或是 The new dress code rules were put into place last semester。新的服装规定上学期就开始实行了。另外，除了上面的意思，这个片语还可以表示准备妥当。例如 Roger spent the afternoon putting the next day's meeting into place. Roger 花了一个下午把隔天的会议安排妥当。再补充几个相关片语。第一 put somebody in one's place 表示使某人明白自己的身份，让某人有自知之明。我们可以说 Judy put her boyfriend in his place when he missed her birthday. Judy 在她男朋友错过她生日时，要她搞清楚自己的身份。第二 put somebody in somebody else's place 表示设身处地的为他人着想，像是 I didn't understand Justin until I put myself in his place. 我直到从 Justin 的角度设想后才真正了解他。再来我们看到单字 regulate 这个字是动词，指管理、控制、调整。例如 Medicines that are sold in pharmacies are strictly regulated by the government. 药局贩卖的药品受到政府严格的管制。或是 Sweating helps the human body regulate its temperature. 流汗能帮助人体调节体温。另外补充这个字的名词 regulation R-E-G-U-L-A-T-I-O-N regulation 指规定、规范。我们可以说 Most people agree that the food industry needs more regulation. 大部分的人同意食品业需要更多的规范。最后我们看到动词 revise 指修改。例如The author revised his book many times before he was happy with the result. 直到满意他的著作之前，作者会对他的书进行许多次的修改。
Okay, as promised, we're going to talk about this evaluation meeting. They're going to assess the company's new cell phone policy or the new cell phone rule. So, yes, they're holding an evaluation meeting months after implementing the new cell phone rule. Noah calls another meeting. So here, Noah begins the conversation. He says, it appears the department's productivity has increased since the cell phone policy was put in place. I believe it was a good decision. Now, this might just be a coincidence that their productivity has increased since the cell phone policy was put in place, but still, it's probably directly related. That's what he's saying here. Since we put that policy into practice, our productivity has improved. It has increased.
There you go. we were supposed to increase productivity by implementing this policy. And you know what? Since we have put this policy in place, or since we have implemented it, productivity has gone up. So Noah seems to think that this policy was a good idea. He says, I believe it was a good decision. There you go. Now, Lucas says, I hear what you're saying, but I still don't think it should be regulated. So this is Lucas's opinion. Sure, not using cell phones at work, personal cell phones at work, not using these things, okay? Apparently it has led to increased productivity. Still, though, Lucas thinks that, hey, this policy, it's not perfect. So I don't think, he says, I still don't think it should be regulated, i.e. the use of personal cell phones at work.
Yep, here we've got the verb to regulate. That just means to control something, to put these policies into effect, to not let people do something or other things. Sometimes certain things in society need to be regulated, like the airlines need to be regulated. The government needs to control them. They can't do whatever they want. They can't let the free market decide because so many people are involved in transportation. So, yes, the airlines do need to be regulated, at least in some places.
Yeah, Lucas goes on. He says, we should be able to answer personal calls during working hours. So, Noah, okay, productivity has gone up. The policy has been successful, but still, you can't do this. That's what Lucas is saying, because we should still be able to answer personal calls during working hours. And this does make sense. Should people be on their personal cell phones all the time, playing Candy Crush and looking at Instagram photos and stuff like that? No. But let's say you do need to take an urgent call on that personal cell phone. Should you not be allowed to do that? Lucas says no, that we should be able to answer personal phone calls during working hours. And Grace agrees. She says, right, I keep worrying that my kid will get hurt or sick in school and the teacher won't be able to reach me. And this is a legitimate concern.
Certainly it is. I'm just wondering if maybe someone could call the regular office phone if something does happen to their kid. But gee, I wonder if anybody actually uses regular landline phones, or I wonder if anybody even knows what those are. But in any case here, yes, Grace and Lucas are concerned that they may need to use their phones sometimes. Not all the time, okay? Just sometimes if there's an emergency at home, or if something happens to their kid gets sick or whatever, and the teacher does need to reach them. Yeah, if they don't have a personal cell phone, gee, they can't send a carrier pigeon or something like that. I guess the kid is just going to have to suffer.
There you go. Now, Emma says it's safe to say that the rule could be revised. Yes, there is this new cell phone rule, this new policy. It has been implemented. It has helped with productivity, but it can still be revised. Yeah, the policy, the rule, isn't perfect. So let's go ahead and change it to improve that thing, okay? That's what the word revise means here, okay? You change something. You might edit that thing to take out errors or something like that, or you just do something to that thing to improve it, to make it better, so on and so forth. So yes, here they can change this rule slightly, alter it, amend it, so as to make it better.
That's right. They want to revise the rules so perhaps personal phone calls can come in case of an emergency. Well, Noah, again, is the person who was in charge of the meeting. And, of course, he values everyone's opinions. He's thankful for their participation. So he says, thanks for your comments. I'll consider making some adjustments to it. And he's referring there to the policy. He's going to make some adjustments to the cell phone policy. They're going to make some revisions, make some changes. So here we've got the word comment, which means basically when you offer your opinion.
Very often you'll hear people say, no comment. Yeah, on the TV there, if there's a scandal, a celebrity might be walking to their car or something like that. And yeah, the media will be there and someone will put a microphone in that celebrity's face and say, okay, what are your opinions on what is going on right now? That person might say, no comment, i.e., I've got nothing to say on that issue right now. Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break. But don't worry, don't fret. The Chinese teacher is on her way.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny， 我们来看今天的文法重点。今天课文第一部分的对话里面，大家在讨论晚餐后要去哪里续托，然后 Lucas 就提议说要去唱卡拉 OK。 Noah 没有兴趣，他说Personally, I don't enjoy karaoke, but you guys can go ahead. I'll call it a night. 我个人并不喜欢卡拉 OK, 但你们可以去，我今晚就先到此为止吧。好，句子里面用到 call it a night, 在口语当中表示今晚就这样吧，今晚就到此为止。像我们可以说 It's getting late, let's call it a night. 已经很晚了，今晚就到此为止吧。那么类似的用法还有 call it a day， 表示今天到此结束，今天就先这样。那在工作场合里面，我们常用来表达说结束当天的活动，下班了。好，另外要补充的是 go ahead 的用法。这个副词 ahead 它表示在前面，往前， go ahead 就可以用来表达往前。那其实这个片语还可以表达很多不同的意思，以下就列举几个用法。第一种呢，是要礼让对方先走，或是先使用某个东西的时候，你可以说 Go ahead， 你先请。第二种呢，是表达进行或是着手进行某事，像 The festival will be going ahead as planned， 那个节庆会按照计划进行。第三种呢，我们可以用 go ahead 来表达叫对方想去尽管去，或者是先去了不用管我啦。举例来说 Go ahead without me 就是你去吧，不用管我，或者是 Go ahead, I'll catch up with you at the restaurant 你先走吧，我会在餐厅来跟你会合，我会赶上你的。好，那有时候 Go ahead 则是叫对方想去尽量去，我才不怕呢，或者是你想去尽量去，不要把我算在内，我不想参与其中。举例来说 If you want to do that, Go ahead, count me out 如果你想那么做，你就去吧，不要把我算在内哦。好，那么第四种用法，我们是用 go ahead 来叫对方继续说下去，请对方说下去。像我们中文说的请说，说吧。假如朋友跟你说他有一件事要告诉你，这时候你可以回答 Go ahead, I'm all ears 说吧，我洗耳恭听。好，那么接着对话里面的 Emma 她提议说要去户外散步， Lucas 就说In that case, I say we go to Da'an Forest Park. 既然如此，我觉得我们去大安森林公园吧。好，句子里面用到 in that case， 它表示在那种情况下，既然如此，假如是那样的话。In that case 通常会摆在句首，意思就跟 if that's the case，That being the case 差不多。例如，假设你本来跟室友要出去打球，可是外面天空看起来快下雨了，这时候你可以说 In that case, let's just stay in and play video games. 既然如此，我们就待在家里打电动吧，就不要出门了。好，那么以上今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Stroll. Ted took a stroll in the park after eating a full meal. Regulate.Richard needs medicine to help regulate his blood pressure levels. Revise. Heather's teacher suggested that she revise the essay one more time. Comment. Readers left thousands of comments on the blogger's post. Adjustment. We need to make some adjustments to this recipe.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But,As always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.